up for Santel.
Red Blue's got 6 points. The senior from Sacramento, California, Jalen Adams. And there's his first bucket of the game and his first bucket of the season. Considerably quicker. But McKenzie getting the step. There's Adams. Little floater in the lane, crawls over the front iron and rolls in. So
UConn's guards have to dig down and try to swipe and resist from the top.
He's a big man, 6'11", 272 pounds. He rims out. Yeboah couldn't get it to go. Here comes Adams. Down the lane, hanging in the air, crawls over the front iron. Jalen Adams. Wing, and Adams skies for the rebound. Connecticut looking to push the tempo. Adams right down the lane, off the glass and in, and he is fouled.
So let him attack.
David Enora, big man, coming out, set the screen, and Jalen Adams, man, that is really smooth as he accelerates. We've had 5 lead changes tonight. Connecticut has a chance right here. Adams reversing. UConn has the ball offensively. Larrier is back in, and Whaley is out. Adams, the 14-footer. Man, Jalen Adams taking over this game. Has the explosiveness back in his game that he had lost. And finally, Jalen Adams from the corner. His run here against Boston University. Adams, the long 2. And that is really gentle. The way now for Boston University, cutting it off the wing. Jalen Adams reversing off a really nice feed.
They just don't have all the weapons that they're struggling to score, but it's a credit to Joe Jones.
That's how. Excellent feed to Jalen Adams. That's the first bucket tonight for Max Mahoney. Adams sliding behind the long 3 off the screen, and Jalen Adams into double figures.
But you know, now that he's back on the court and he's playing, doing what he does best, and
Carlton gets the ball underneath after the block for UConn. Here is Adams running the floor inside Pritchard. Adams scores from the left side and ties the game.
UConn right now is doing what they do best, better than what Oregon does, and Oregon does best. And another prime example of it right there is Adams goes right down the lane.
On the ball right now for the Huskies. 16 and 17 last year, a new-look team, but they still have this young man, an all-conference returnee. With now, in your estimation, he should maybe only have 1.
That would be correct.
Adams left it on the deck, gets it back. Adams falling away. Look what he found. This has begun the second half.
And watch this play by Adams, though. Right space, right time. Rips the ball away from the Oregon Ducks and just throws it up before he travels.
Peyton Pritchard puts the Ducks in the lead. Adams reclaims it for Connecticut.
And play Oregon's brand of basketball.
Adams floats it up, rattles it home. Still loose, and Gilbert is there to snatch it out of the fray. Leaves it for Adams. And a 3 puts UConn in the lead early. Jalen Adams gets a call by 22. Adams a deep 3. And Jalen Adams connects. Good roll back by Tillman, and UConn has to reset. Adams against Langford. Adams rolls it home, his 3rd triple of the half.
The depth that they had at that position, in particular, was Zach Collins, who's now in the NBA.
Jalen Adams, the floater, and that temporarily stops the bleeding. Adams on the spin. Adams gets his own miss and scores.
Feel more and more comfortable out on the floor.
He's all without Bridges, too.
Well, and they have so much talent. We talked about that sophomore.
We have still not hit the under 8 media stoppage. Adams, good basketball being played right now. Scored 21 last December against Northeastern. He has bettered that in a bigger spot. Adams with 22 off the 1-foot floater.
Game. Gail Goodrich scored 42 points in the championship game, and they gave the most outstanding player award to Bill Bradley for the 3rd place game.
Pretty drive by Jalen Adams, and was lost for the year. Terry Larrier
The very next
had
time
an injury as well. Over in Maui is the scoop from Jalen Adams.
Optimism and hope, who always saw the big picture. And no, man, you got to change it up, please.
If I stepped on the basketball floor with any of them, I don't think I'd have much success no matter what I tried to do. Career best 28 in the second half of that game on Friday, and Michigan State will play North Carolina coming up 8:30 Eastern. Defense was terrific. Just a great shot from Barford, who has 19, and he has made all 3 of his threes. Jalen Adams answers for UConn.
Now, that was his degree at Cornell. Did you get a degree?
I did get a degree.
Right, first. That's a fact. Berkeley is first. And then, one of the legendary figures in the history of basketball, as important a man as fine a man. Please, have you read his book?
I have.
Okay, the Willamette River runs south to north, 187 miles long, meets the Columbia at Sovies Island.
Recovery at the rim.
Adams working off the Nora screen. The little teardrop goes down. His first bucket of the game. Giving it back. Adams down the lane. That one gently. So Columbia's led this game for over 33 minutes. All the way to the bucket. Jalen Adams hanging in the air and then kissing in off the window to cut the lead. Hickman and Meisner for Columbia. And there's that high ball screen right down the lane. Jalen Adams. It gently falls in. And UConn back in front. Adams being guarded by Adlish. Adams pulling up 10-footer in the lane. Man, he is tough. Jalen Adams ties it at 65. UConn down 11 at the half against Columbia. 15 in the second half, and tweaked ankle as well. Patel spotting Adams wide open. Nothing but nylon.
Monmouth looked very comfortable against it. Where Monmouth is not comfortable is against pressure and traps, where they'll turn it over.
Boy, Jalen Adams looking very comfortable.
Here come the January.
Eric Cobb, the rebound, getting it out for Adams, gliding in. Beautiful finish by Jalen Adams. He's got 9 points. Patel being guarded by Hammond. There's Jalen Adams, the catch and the shot. Boy, he's in rhythm today. There's no doubt about that. He's Monmouth. Final second, Adams letting it go, and Jalen Adams beats the buzzer. Double clutch, and a much-needed bucket for UConn at the buzzer. It's the 15th time on the season that Connecticut is down by 3 minutes in that win over Columbia. He was very active. Adams getting into the lane and then putting it in off the glass. Monmouth, errant pass. Here comes Jalen Adams out with it, gliding in and sending it in. So for UConn, it's Adams and Larrier, Antoine Anderson, Mamadou Diarra, and Christian Patel. There's Jalen Adams. Adams working around the Diarra screen. Boy, that is really smooth, and it's a one-point game again. In double figures again, he's got 10 points. There goes Adams down the lane. Euro step, lays it in. Man, you cannot see that enough in 2 minutes in the win over Columbia in that overtime game. He has been in there again, and there goes Jalen Adams. Very soft, and it drops in.
Junior college transfer. Have a great bounce.
Larrier, nice kick to Adams, and that'll help the Huskies.
Will become ultimately their third score.
Cobb
Nice
whips a pass inside to Adams and counter. He's all over the place. They play on, and Adams with a floater.
Adams really knows how to score.
ACC News: Notre Dame losing tonight to Ball State.
Exactly, that's a shot right there.
Adams knocks down a 3. Back to Adams for 3. Much better ball movement.
A steal
Stolen by Patel.
center the ball.
What a pass. And the finish for Adams, and here come the Huskies. Diarra inside, can't get it to go, but it bounces back to Adams. And he'll bank it home to make it an 8-point game. Adams can't get the shot off. Floater now will go.
Him, and you're covering him. You got to know that in the back of your head and not allow him to catch it.
Answered right back. Adams knew he missed it, followed his miss for 2 against Cincinnati. He has 20 here this afternoon against the Huskies. Adams, that one goes down for Jalen Adams.
And expect to get some help.
Adams, another take to the hoop, and Adams another turnover, but gets it back, didn't give it away all the way. Somehow tiptoed.
Adams off the screen, lets it fly, and it's good for UConn's leading scorer, Jalen Adams, and it's a 1-point game.
Pension fund, beautiful runner, Jalen Adams. referees took him out of the game with 2 nonsensical calls.
Adams' floater is good off glass. Here's Adams driving. Ayton. Oh, what a shot by Jalen Adams on that challenge from Ayton. They'd love for Adams to be more vocal, Vitale to be more vocal. Gilbert was that guy.
Beautiful
Adams doing
stroke.
the talking with his 3-point shot. It's a 2-point game.
And their pace. They don't want to allow Auburn to speed them up.
Adams on the drive.
Guys in white jerseys getting back. That's why the Tigers have been winning more this year.
Adams on the break.
Here you are. You travel, different time changes. You get in at 4 or 5 in the morning. That's why they let the guys shoot in instead of going to the second of all, they're going to have to value the defensive end just as much.
So that's really not the shot he generally takes. Adams in the lane, and his floater will go. It's worked.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to take the shot clock down to 7 or whatever, but they got to get good shots. And that's a shot that usually goes down for Frankamp.
Adams hits the jumper.
Catch Kelly in the middle of the floor. He's squatting in there and looking for it. Adams with a steal. Make a good decision.
Adams steps through. Good! In traffic. Sure. Adams crossover. Adams off the glass. Over Kelly. And a dominant force in that conference the last dozen years.
Adams. Screen. Can't make that kind of decision defensively for a guy who shoots it as well as he does.
Adams spinning and scoring.
He did a really nice thing 6 games ago. We mentioned that he's won 5 of 6.
And Adams, well, they have struggled passing the ball too. UConn is next to last in the nation in assists. They won't need one here.
That's a huge shot right there because defensively UConn had a very good possession. And you could really say 11. There's 3 injuries from last year.
Well, UConn won't go away, and Tulsa won't let him get much closer than a possession. But
so it hasn't been as taxing, you would think, on him as maybe Adams, who's played all 37 minutes so far.
1 minute to play. Adams, clean shot to the rack and an and one. Adams saw. Adams wants it. Adams nails it. Money. And that's what Adams does. And
on the dribble, began the season coming off the bench. Adams to the basket. UConn owns the first basket of the game. Jalen Adams in the scoring column. Had hip replacement surgery. And Michael Perry took over. Adams.
You know, kind of a quick shot out of the locker room by Vitale.
Adams uses the glass. Over 3 minutes without a bucket. Vitale off on the 3. Adams at the free throw line. Unable to finish. Gets his own miss and the putback. Good job by Larrier there, getting the position underneath. Here's Adams in the paint, and he hits.
I would get up and attack and give him a look at least.
Jalen Adams.
Leader, which is something Kevin Ollie needs to find on this team.
Adams, tough shot off glass for 2 between UCF and UConn. Game 1 of our American Conference doubleheader on CBS Sports Network. Still to come.
He's guarding Honora, and he just standing there.
Adams for 3 is good.
They will grind you out.
Adams jumper. Then he gets the roll. It's to play. Adams using a screen. Adams fade away. Good! And that gives him 1,000 points in his career, the 50th UConn player to accomplish that milestone.
For 8 points. Wide open, Adams. Not a problem. Tall back in. Jalen Adams virtually never comes out for UConn. He averages more than 40 minutes a game as he splashes that one down. He actually averages 41. Terrific player and is now coaching at Portland. And we get UConn back on the board. Adams. Oh, the little teardrop.
Vatican, he said
get a good look, get Adams into the lane with the pick and roll.
And Paul almost got a block, but what a spectacular drive by Jalen Adams. Adams long way from the hoop, 7 to shoot. Playing off the Honora screen. Perfect looking shot all the way.
Right now, UConn's bigs, Honora, Carlton, and company are playing much better.
Oh, look at that. Oh, an offensive foul with 2 seconds.
A couple good stops in a row where it's one and done and some turnovers.
A tough drive on the big guy. Adams, he'll drive again. And use the angle beautifully, and Adams.
Just trust his defense.
Yeah, he told rather Slater not to foul. 2 to shoot, and Adams may have broken their backs with that.
Ball screen for Adams. They pick and roll quite a bit. Little hesitation on the floater. And rattles down.
Teams are hitting threes on them. Last in American in three-point defense, mainly in transition.
Screen frees up Adams. Give him that shot, he'll drain it.
It's tremendous. He was at Kentucky, great coach and even a better person.
Shot clock at 5. Adams drains it. The twine barely budges. Is UConn a possession away from needing a timeout, even with the dead ball meaning immediate?
Down 8. Once again, give it to the magician, Jalen Adams.
Digits. Adams has been a one-man show.
Yeah. For the first time for Villanova, and Antoine Anderson for UConn. Rainbow delivery goes down. The scoring of Jalen Adams, 18.5 points per game.
And I'll force you deep on the floor, ready to help one another.
High screen from Carlton. Adams is hit, and a chance for a three-point play.
That's what he's got to get over that aggravate him.
I've been called picky and a nudge so far in the first 14 minutes of action.
He keeps playing like that. He'll be a fan favorite.
Victory against the Hoyas on Wednesday night. Adams, pretty spin. The flip goes for Jalen Adams.
He's got to do a lot on his own.
Jay Wright has 403 wins at Villanova. Severance holds the program record with 413.
That was a very funny guy, entertaining. That's what they've got to do, though. Attack the rim a little bit. Yank him. Tough shots.
Adams with a Euro step. Carlton trying to create some space. Brought it down low. Saves it. Anderson flicks it to the corner. Adams a 3.
Lob, the lob, and they can sit down now as Adams puts it in.
That team's really in the country, number 7 in points allowed.
Here's Adams open 3. How about that? We are tied at 8. Adams steps into a 3. UConn has the lead. 11 straight points. Carlton gets the rebound, and away goes Jalen Adams. Adams, 17-footer, yes.
Job of attacking it. Got to do a little bit more off the dribble like that.
Adams trying to slice through the D. He does in the foul.
Interesting defense. You don't see people play this very often at all. They're face guarding Vital and everybody else playing the zone. But guess what? You better watch out for Jalen Adams when you do that.
Carlton the rebound. Up ahead to Adams with McMurray back. Adams all the way, and he scores.
And obviously Taco Fall, the torn labrum, and he actually had surgery today, so they didn't expect him to be here. Is Jalen Adams able to knock one down?
Notice him fading away. That is a tough shot. You have to shoot it higher.
Adams knocks down back-to-back shots. This one a 3, and he's got 5 quick ones after.
Guard the perimeter.
Adams off the bounce. One-handed shot goes down.
That was pretty, huh?
Anderson. Deflected away. Kept alive. Adams to the rim and scores, and it's a 5-point game again.
Jennifer Evans and the one reserve player more. Jalen Adams into the teeth of the Cincinnati defense. Adams is on the scoreboard for UConn. Foul is the second, by the way, on Honora. Adams again, and this time he hits.
Bring him over to the bench, let him talk, think about it a little bit.
Kane Broom's ready to go at the table. Adams trying to get going. Jalen Adams to the rack.
It's so deflating, but if you take that away, you go in. It's a big difference between down right into 11 and down 8.
Good hands, good vision for those big men for Cincinnati. Adams is step in on Clark. Washington came to help, but Adams a strong finish regardless. 13 for Adams. 6 offensive rebounds for the Bearcats in the game. Thrown away by Jennifer. Adams all the way home. NCAA tournament seeding for berths. Adams gets a 3.
Moving the ball around the perimeter. Vitale bounce pass Adams underneath, and he gets the bucket here. Back in your day was back in my day, and that was the early 90s with the BC program. And, you know, again, there is a little bit of an unknown right now. Swallowed up there by the freshman Josh Carlton. On the break is Adams. Little finger roll. Separated by 2 points. Off the miss, the drive, Adams off glass. He'll get the bucket at the buzzer. And UConn will walk into the half with a 12-point lead.
Offensive player, and that's pretty rare for a freshman, but he embraces it.
He's one of the pillars here for the Bulls, and there is Jalen Adams. Adams. Nice shot. That's what a veteran guard does, right? Adams inside. Little stop, pop, and drop. He now has 14 points.
If you're USF, though, you got to get a stop here, and it's going to start with your pick-and-roll defense on Jalen Adams.
Adams in the lane through the entire Bulls defense, and he'll get that bucket to fall, and he's starting to cook.
UConn has sustained their tension on defense.
Jalen Adams. Around, out, and back in for Adams to flip the switch. Very, very young team for John Calipari. Adams with a deep 2.
Most of the time, people start looking at assists and passing. You talk about the guards. They're bigs just all around.
Adams, a 3. And Jalen Adams off to a strong start shooting.
Made the pass inside. Comes back out to him. You knew he was going up the second time he touched it.
That's just good karma for making the pass inside.
Absolutely.
Jalen Adams 12, Christian Vitale 10. Those two-thirds of the Husky points. And Adams adds to it at the foul line. Adams still firing away. Looking to move to 68-2 in this building over the last 5 years.
They want to be able to run. Jalen Adams with the floater. Ooh, right hand gets it to go for the game's first 2. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific from Los Angeles. It's also available on the ESPN app. Are you excited for 4-pointers?
Not as...
Whaley goes big for the rebound, and nobody stops Jalen Adams. Vitale in a fresh 30 seconds. Huskies working for a smart shot, and they get a ferocious one. Adams.
Rob Gray for Houston plays later as he's hit a couple of threes already. Adams for 3, that's good. Corner 3 on the way. Adams hits it again. He's got 2, and we're tied at 17. Well, fine Larrier here on the offensive end for UConn. Instead, it's up top, a 3 for Adams. And UConn has moved the ball on the offensive end nicely here. They've got a lot of different players involved. Adams converts again. Adams, man.
Delicious.
Last minute and a half. Adams for 3. Got it again. And Fleming got it knocked away from Adams coming back on D. Adams. And Tyson tried to take the charge. Adams against Williams. Spins by him. Huskies using some time here now. Adams steps back and drains it. Do they have enough in them, or are they wearing down here in the late stages? Williams has played every single minute today. As Adams drives and continues.
Carlton has the board. Early action for Josh Carlton off the bench. Adams to the rim. Jalen Adams gets his first bucket of the night. 4 to shoot. Adams on the Necchionia. Step back. And drills it. A tough one for Jalen Adams. Game against SMU when the Mustangs were at full strength. Adams, he was following his miss and then it went in, so. Adams pull up for 2 in transition. So Adams, 3 in transition. When it goes in, it looks great. 13 now for Adams. Couldn't finish.
He's got to dunk that ball or use it off the backboard, Carter. Second one he missed.
Adams again. Anderson, guarded by Pierre-Louis into the corner. Adams takes it and drills it again. Command, but now the Owls are back. Adams on Rose. Adams draws a foul and one. Count the bucket. Anderson gets it in. Larrier nearly walked. Dumps it off. There's Adams again.
Carlton wins it. Nice feed to Adams. Slips through the back door.
The Cincinnati Bearcats have to play about 25, 30 minutes away from home, and that's tougher. So
Gray trying to post up against Larry.
this is a really potent offensive backcourt in Adams and Vital.
Given the isolation. Soft touch.
I think this is his hometown. He was talking about how his daughter and his son both worked for Houston Athletics.
Adams. Adams, the ball in his hand here. Oh, nifty crossover. Doesn't look like he's cramping there. Falling away as he changes direction.
And, it was a beautiful game. And every time I see Elvin, it's always fun to talk to him.
Adams, the baseline jumper. 16 points. 8 made buckets on 12 shots from the field. Adams, multiple strides, goes down.